Ken, what can you tell me about lightning?
Oh my gosh, lightning is one of the most fascinating parts of weather, and part of why I got into the weather business to begin with, because it's so fascinating. Did you know that lightning is 3 times hotter than the surface of the sun?
That's kind of scary.
It is very scary. The surface of the sun is estimated to be about 10,000 degrees. We're talking about bolts of lightning, and because you can't really measure, it's estimated to be about 30,000 degrees Fahrenheit.
So, what makes lightning?
Well, kind of like here on Earth, during the wintertime months, oftentimes you may experience a static shock due to the dry air, and that's because of friction. Sometimes you can rub your feet along the carpet and touch somebody and get that little bit of a shock. Well, in the atmosphere, it's the same principle. You have the frictional effects of air particles rubbing together within the cloud, and that produces a large-scale version of static electricity, which results in lightning.
Except instead of a little shock, it's 3 times hotter than the surface of the sun.
It's much more significant than what you can do to somebody just by rubbing your feet along the carpet.
Is there any way you can tell how far away the lightning is striking?
Yeah, there's a good rule of thumb, actually. If you watch the lightning and you see a lightning bolt occur, start counting. 1001, 1002. If you can count to 5, that means that bolt of lightning is 1 mile away. If you can count to 10, it's 2 miles away. And of course, if you can only count to 1, you're talking about maybe 1,000 feet away. That is awfully close.
So do you have any safety tips for me today?
Well, you want to be inside of a sturdy building. That's the best thing, the best place to be, a good solid structure. You don't want to be under some aluminum roof, and you don't want to be out in a field. If you're out in a field, you need to take cover immediately, and that's why it's good to have a heads up well in advance. If you start seeing the dark clouds, find shelter.
What did people used to do to keep safe before we learned all this science behind lightning?
Oh gosh, years and years ago, they used to tell you to lay flat if you were caught in an open field, say campers or somebody playing golf where there are no shelters nearby. Lie flat down to the ground. And they realized that didn't work because lightning would hit the ground and spread out, and it was actually more dangerous.
So people were planking in a field for safety.
I guess you could call it that, yes. But they realized that wasn't a good thing to do. Then they came out with something else in more moderate times, in more modern times, that's called the lightning crouch.
Oh, really? What does that look like?
Really? Do I have to show you that? Get down to the ground so that you're not the highest point and you have the least amount of your body touching the ground. But then scientists realized that that wasn't such a good idea, that more people were wasting their time crouching to the ground where they should be going to seek shelter.
Well, I'm glad we have better information now, and I appreciate you educating me.
Okay, no problem. Stay safe. Lightning's dangerous.